I've realized that earning is much more important than saving because there's no upside on earning. I can literally earn as much money as I put my mind to earning, whereas I can only save X amount of money. I want to talk about the abundance mindset, the scarcity mindset, and earning versus saving. I was born incredibly frugal. I was raised by two parents that were both drastically impacted by Depression era patriarchs of their families. And money was scarce, and it was all about saving and being extremely frugal. And that got me far. I mean, I am a big fan of the Dave Ramsey mentality of setting a budget, adhering to that budget. And early on in my career, that served me incredibly well. If I didn't have a little bit of money in the bank to get that capital rolling in the snowball and have some resources to invest and put some money into my business, I would have been in trouble. But what I've realized recently is that earning and focusing on making more money and generating more money is far more important than focusing on saving money. I'll give you an example of one of the wealthiest people that I know. They were never able to shake that scarcity mindset. And it went to the point of driving, and the way taxes work on gasoline, this is gonna be a really funny story. The way taxes work on gasoline where I grew up in Southern Indiana is that our state, Indiana, had higher taxes on gasoline than the neighboring state, Kentucky. So we lived right on the river, and the wealthiest guy in my town, who was a mentor of mine and incredibly great at business, just a phenomenal person, would drive across the bridge 15 minutes each way to save 8 cents a gallon on gas. And this is a person that's worth several tens of millions of dollars. And, that kind of motivated me in a way, but it also, I think it holds people back. And an example is how I've had to shift from my frugality, scarcity mindset to my generation wealth mindset. Like I said, early on in my business career, it was all about saving money, and that served me incredibly well. It allowed me to invest, and making wise purchasing decisions is a huge part of your business. If you can save $1, it adds to the value of your business. An example with the cap rates and self-storage is that every dollar that I save and I don't spend adds $12 to the value of my property, but when you value it based on cap rates on the open market. So I know how important it is to save money and to be frugal. But the more I think about it and the more I analyze how I spend my time, how I spend my energy, the more importance I put on earning. And not enough people put enough importance on earning. What I mean by that is, how I spend my time. I can work contracts, I can put things out for rebid, I can shop really hard, I can be a wise purchaser, and I can be extremely tight on how I spend every single dollar. But I've learned that my energy now, at this point in my career, 10 years in with some resources behind me, my time is much more valuably, is going to be much more powerful if I spend it earning more and generating more wealth and building more wealth and making more money. So I shifted from this scarcity mindset of, listen, if I'm going to make something, I need to take it from somebody else. There's only so many resources in this world. There's only so much money in this world. If somebody else doesn't give me this money, if I don't take this business from somebody else, I'm not going to succeed. And that allowed me that mindset shifted me to be extremely frugal, very conscious to where it was ridiculous. I was spending too much time trying to save too little money. Recently, I've shifted my mindset towards earning. I've realized that earning is much more important than saving because there's no upside on earning. I can literally earn as much money as I put my mind to earning, whereas I can only save X amount of money. If I have a $75,000 budget to run my household and I spend $75,000, I can only save so much. The max potential is maybe I can knock 15 grand off of that with a lot of energy. But if I put that same energy towards earning, and now I put almost all of my energy towards earning, part of it's just because the frugality is still ingrained in me. It's not, the spending takes care of itself, but I've devoted my energy towards earning, towards wealth creation, towards generation, towards literally building money, creating money out of thin air. And this is a mindset that it took forever to get into my head, but I think that is so much more important than having a scarcity, frugality based mindset. Is, okay, look, I'm going to make more money. Instead of saving $1, I'm going to make $3. Instead of lowering my expenses on a project by $1. I'm going to find a way to raise income by $3. And that's a lot easier. In my opinion, the upward mobility, since I'm an entrepreneur, since I'm willing to take risks, since I'm not just simply working for somebody else every single day, the upward mobility of my time and energy being put towards earning activities is much higher. So the opportunity costs of that trying to save money is a lot lower. And, I preach this stuff. There's a balance here, right? I still buy my apparel for my business at Walmart and Nike Outlet and North Face, and I go and take it to a screen printer and an embroiderer to put my logos on it because I save $2,500 every time I do that once a year. I still do little things like that. I'm still wise with my money, but where the power is, where the generational wealth is, and where the life-changing resources start is with earning. I spend most of my time on creating money and investing money so that I can grow my pie bigger and that I can generate more wealth and I can generate more money, and it's served me very well. So shift your mindset, continue to be frugal, but shift your mindset towards income earning, wealth creating activities, and you're going to be well served for it. Hey guys, I have big news. I recently revamped my sales and customer service team at my self-storage company using folks in South Africa. Listen to this English accent.
Hi there, my name is Anton and I'm a sales professional from Gqeberha or Port Elizabeth, which is in the eastern province of South Africa. I've been in sales for about 8 years now with experience in hardware sales with some of the leading brands in the world, such as Canon, Panasonic, and more recently Red Bull.
Okay, now the surprising part. The person you just listened to is available for hire right now, and they're asking $9 an hour. If you want an introduction, if you want to hire this person into your business or at least interview them, send me an email, nick@sweatystartup.com, and I can make an introduction and offer you $1,000 off the recruiting fee. nick@sweatystartup.com.